All praises due to Allah. Assalamu alaikum. Please, brothers and sisters, have a seat. In the name of Allah, the Beneficent, the Merciful, I bear witness that there is no God but Allah. Right. To that one who is the creator of all things, and to him who is the sender of all the great prophets, sages, those who have come in a mighty line of divine. Right. Dear brothers and sisters, I don't know what your beliefs are or what you think. But I know the three great monotheistic religions all believe that there is but one God. Right. Ain't but one. Right. And it depends on where you are on the planet and what language you speak will determine what you call God by. So don't get silly of thinking that the whole world speak English. No. Just you. So if you go to another country and they never even heard the English language, what do they call God? And this is where we get lost. And this is where we get silly. And this is where we get ignorant. But we just know that there is but one God. And we thank God for loving humanity so much so that all three great monotheistic religions, all of them say that Abraham is their father. That's a beautiful start. To say, as a Christian, Abraham is the father of my existence. Beautiful. You go among the Jews and Judaism, they say, wait a minute, Abraham is the father of my existence. And then you get to the Muslims who say, wait a minute, Abraham also is the father of my existence. Well, if Abraham is the father of the three great monotheistic religions, when did they start gangbanging? When did the Christians become the Crips? And the Jews become the Bloods? And the Muslims become the Vice Lords? I mean, who did this? See? If it ain't but one God, how did we get divided? If we are one people, we the black man, well, how did you become a Crip? How did you become a Blood? See? Somebody told a lie. Because a lie is so powerful, it causes the righteous to start fighting and killing each other, not the person that told a lie. So we thank Allah for Abraham. We need him today. We thank him for Moses because Moses was the great emancipator. God told Moses to go to Pharaoh because God hates slave owners. I'm going to say that again because y'all got quiet. That tells me you're comfortable with being a slave. In both the Bible and the Holy Quran, God hates oppressors. I'm telling you, he vehemently hates them and vows to destroy all oppressors and take the people of whom they have oppressed. But the biggest problem God have with getting the oppressed from his oppressor is that the oppressed done fell in love. They love the slave master. In fact, if you come at the slave master, they'll defend him. Y'all following me? You know, I like this. I like this class. I can tell. What's the difference in our relationship with white folks and a woman who's dealing with a no good husband? You know, all of us probably know some woman, and these days it might even be a brother, that's got a no good husband, beats her, threatens her, tell her she ain't gonna be nothing without him. Don't nobody else want you. Huh? Well, what's the difference in that relationship? In fact, when her brothers or her family said, girl, get away from that dude, she go right to defending him. He's all right. He didn't mean to knock out my eye. I still got one left. See? Do you know sometime, brother, when man can't control something or understand something, he'll destroy it? You don't believe me? You can check that out with babies. Give a baby a toy and tell him what that toy is supposed to be and leave him alone with the toy. If he can't get it to work, he'll destroy it. Y'all all right? Yes, sir. So God told Moses, go to Pharaoh and tell Pharaoh, I said, let my people go. Do you know I've never found a place in the Bible or in the Holy Quran where God has allowed the oppressed to be integrated with his oppressor? So if God's ways changes not, I wonder, is he happy with the black community in America trying to integrate with his oppressor? See? If God came, would he allow us to be under the oppressed? No, sir. No, sir. No, sir. Jesus had the same problem. So we thank Allah for Jesus. For in the Islamic world, we don't believe Muhammad is coming back. We believe that Christ and God is going to come together to judge this world. What? Muslims believe in Jesus? Be quiet. You don't read. You go on hearsay. You are a hearsay follower. No. You can almost prove that the average person's religion is based on hearsay, not on what they know. What they've heard all the time, and it gets repeated so much that you take it on as truth. God so loved the world. And what? Y'all stop acting like y'all don't know that scripture now. And that's a lie. I can show you other begottens in the Bible. What? We thank Almighty God, Allah, for these great words. And let me tell you, we thank him for Muhammad. Muhammad is someone that the West don't want you to know. Many of our ancestors who was in those ships were Muslims and gave the slave master hell. until he broke many of them. Go back and look at the movie Roots. Kunta Kinte was a Muslim.
That's right.
And when Kunta Kinte in the movie landed and he saw black people that looked like him, he tripped out. And he caught a grasshopper and he was speaking to the grasshopper to release it back. But he said to the go tell my ancestors, I see people that look like me, but they don't know that we are one and the same.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
They don't know their name, their language, their culture. I can't believe they're over here doing what white folks tell them to do, and they're not fighting back. Because we were warriors, man, when we met this white man. We didn't play. Did nobody just come to Africa and snatch us without a fight?
Yes, sir.
We didn't play that. We wasn't used to no chain being on us. We was trying to break out of it. Can you imagine? Nobody showed up for 400 years. After a while, you give up on God and start saying, then this must supposed to have happened to me. And then in order to survive, we start doing whatever the white man tell us to do. It took 64 years for him to break us.
Yes, sir. That's right.
Y'all all right?
Yes, sir.
Muhammad was a man who this book, the Holy Quran, was revealed to him. Well, what is this book? It is the nature of the original man. See, this is why when Islam is taught correctly to the black man in America, it drills through his ignorance and touches his soul. Because it brings out the militant propensity in both the male and the female, because we always knew we was warriors. Look at the Bloods and the Crips. Warriors misdirected. Yes, they're supposed to be warriors. Yes, they're supposed to kill, but not your people. Yes, you're supposed to protect your hood, but not against a brother. You've been turned upside down, but the Caucasians knew that at the end of time, your militant propensity was going to show back up. So he had to work to manipulate your ignorance and get you to shoot at your brother instead of him. You ain't even got to shoot at him. No, the white man ain't even worse us murdering him. You know how you kill a white man? By being black and excellent. You know how you kill a cracker? By being brown and excellent. Being red and excellent. That's how, you know how you kill him? Unite with your brother. You know how you kill the white man? Pool your money together and stop giving it to him. That's how you kill him. What would he do if the Bloods and Crips of LA united? He wouldn't know what the hell to do. That's how you kill him. You know how you kill the white man? Stop making him a god besides God. No, all of us suffer from the white God syndrome. Because he put an implant in you and he drove it in. We're going to go into that. Sometimes I have to shake it. As a Muslim, we're in this Christmas season. I'm driving yesterday and next thing I know I'm singing Christmas songs. Song come on, and I had to shake. I said, hold on, brother, hold on. Fa la 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 la. May Allah be pleased with these worthy servants of his. Can I bring you some good news? Certainly we need some good news. Do you know you are the chosen people of God? Yes, sir. I'm talking to those who don't know. Do you know the whole world is out of sync because of us? Come on now. Do you know that this world is about to be took out because of us? Do you know you suffer from amnesia? Don't trip on the foster care system. Got a whole people that's foster. When a mother gives up her baby at birth and a white family adopts them and give them their name, that child, if it knows it's adopted, deep in their mind really want to reunite. They're wondering who their mother is. It's natural. Who's my daddy? Every boy that was raised without a father, I don't care if the father was no good according to the mother, that son still want to meet him. No, we act like we don't want to meet him. But we know it had to be something about him, mama, if you got with him. Can you imagine the child is 30 and the father show up and say, I'm your father? That child gonna reject him. What about a people who've been in bondage for 400 years and God shows up? Will you reject him? When he comes and say, that's not your name. No, my mama name. My mama, no, I'm from Alabama. We from Mississippi. We from Arkansas. No, sir. Keep going. Keep going. Stop. Why you stop in Georgia? Well, I think my daddy from Mississippi, my mama from Alabama. Well, where they mama from? And then where they mama from? And then where they mama from? You're going to end up in Africa if you keep going. I think y'all following me, right? A man came. His name was Master Fard Muhammad. He came from the east. That's right. And he established the Nation of Islam, and he found in Detroit, Michigan, a Georgia-born black man. Now, I want to set this up so you'll understand. God never sends someone from outside of an oppressed people to get that people out of oppression. He always raises one from among the oppressed. I'm going to say that again. Go check out your history. Can't no African who ain't never been in bondage in America come over here and tell us nothing. God always touches the slave woman. Because in that slave woman, she has suffered the pain of a whole people, not just her personal suffering. She's feeling the suffering of everybody. So God takes that material of pain and allow that woman to be impregnated, who's going to have a child born to resist oppression. God always go among the oppressed, and the woman is the co-creator with God. She walking around the projects pregnant. Don't even know she got Jesus in her stomach. She walking in the project pregnant, or on the plantation pregnant. She didn't know she had a Nat Turner. Ooh, Nat Turner, put it on some crackers. Y'all wouldn't be with no Nat Turner. Be quiet. You be scared if a Nat Turner showed up today. Man, that nigga crazy. Huh? Here's a woman pregnant with a female. She came out being Sojourner Truth. Harriet Tubman. Harriet Tubman had more balls than any nigga on the plantation. Yeah. And she toted a pistol, and she would beat your behind if you punked out. I don't want to go. You get halfway and punk out and want to go back to the plantation. Man, Harriet Tubman would hit you upside the ear and shoot the gun at the same time. Y'all all right? Look, we're going to have fun learning today by Allah's grace. God promised he was coming at the end. Even in the Muslim world, it's amazing to me how God can create man in his image, but yet don't have one. And then you go to the Muslim, God created Adam, and then he breathed into Adam of his inspiration. Then what the hell did Adam become? It's like God making a suit that he gonna put on. And don't tell me he can't dwell in flesh. He can do what the hell he want to do. The flesh ain't God, it's just temporary. It's like a light bulb. One day it's going to blow. And the energy don't go nowhere. You just have to get another one. Or you say man can be Khalifa. That's right. Well, what is that? One who stands in the place. If God created Adam and then breathed into Adam of his inspiration, and then look at what he did. He told the angels to bow down. Wait a minute. You said bow only to you. Well, where you think I'm at, fool? Who taught us that God is a nothing? Your oppressor. He knew God came from you. He couldn't tell you that, so you would never recognize him. And he taught you lies, so when he showed up, you rejected him. That's right. I thank Allah for fulfilling the scriptures that he promised. Abraham, I'm coming, Abraham, and I'm going to deal with that nation that destroyed my people. See? When I finish with this enemy, I'm going to be their God and they're going to be my people. Come on now. Teach the book, brother. Then God said, and peace is what I'm going to give them. Whoa. See, we only speak English, so you don't even know what the damn word peace means. That's right. Go ahead. Peace in Arabic means Islam. Listen. You take a look at any organization in America when it comes to black people. What is the premier organization in organizing black men to where we really present a brotherhood?
Come on now. Come on. Go ahead.
You're looking at it.
That's right. Go ahead.
You're looking at it. We used to hate each other. But in this, I love this black man. In fact, Islam has taught me to love every black man. I don't care what you do, bro. I don't care how crazy you are. I love you. In fact, the crazier you are, them the ones I like. I like crazy niggas. Put me in the midst of just niggas. Oh, for real, because I know who they are. I've been taught. I used to be one. So what I look like condemning the pile of junk I came off of? No, I got to polish up, go back to that pile, and don't want to be no damn Sadidi Muslim. Scared of your own people. You done clean up now. No, go back and get a little dirt. Just don't go back and do what you used to do. If you feel you get weak, get up out of there. You about to sit in the circle and partake. Damn, I want to hit that again. God. Don't do it, brother. A man came. I'm glad. I mean, I'm almost to tears, man, to know that somebody loved us and they came. And then he found one. He didn't have no education. He didn't even finish the 4th grade. He was from Georgia, Sandersville, Georgia. And Master Fard Muhammad taught him for 3.5 years, fulfilling that part in the scripture where the Son of Man would be in the heart of the earth for 3 days. He raised up Elijah Muhammad, took him off the junk pile of niggerdom, polished him up and turned him back, saying, now you go to the pile.
That's right. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
See?
Yes, sir.
So Elijah Muhammad in Detroit, Michigan, helped to establish Jerusalem in the spirit of the people. Jerusalem means a state or a condition of peace. So Detroit is our Jerusalem. And I think we're about to have a Palm Sunday there soon. Here's a man didn't even finish 3rd grade. When that man got through teaching him, no religious scholars could touch Elijah Muhammad. He gave him a thin book of supreme wisdom. Look at this, brother. And the first thing he said, Elijah, do you know who you are? No, sir. No, sir. Then he asked Elijah, who is the original man? And he taught him that the original man is the Asiatic black man. What? See, there you go again. You don't know no history. Stop talking against Asians. You Asian. Do you know at one time the whole planet when we was ruling was called Asia? See, when you lost your rule, the white horse went out. We're going to get to that. I don't want to get ahead of myself. I thank Allah that man Elijah Muhammad, he fulfilled that part of the scripture where it reads, the Jews was perplexed. And they say, how is this man who's not let us? See, they sound like Samuel Jackson and Django. Who is this nigga teaching black people truth? I said, who? Y'all saw Django, right? Samuel Jackson was a house nigga. See? And the Honorable Elijah Muhammad start teaching. And so they say, how is this man who's not lettered learn? We didn't teach him. The white man controls us with his education is not to educate you. It is to indoctrinate you to become under better control. Do you know the most controlled persons in America are the black educators? They're called the rusty locks. Elijah, what is the total population of the original nation in the wilderness of North America and all over the planet Earth? See, God was teaching the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, it's more than black people in America.
That's right.
You calling yourself a minority. The white man is the minority.
Come on.
But that's what Frankenstein, the scientists, did to the Frankenstein monster. A little bitty cracker scientist took a big old Frankenstein and made that Frankenstein do whatever he wanted to do. Ain't that what's happening to you?
Yes, sir.
Who knew that the Honorable Elijah Muhammad would give birth to a child? See, from his mind is like the womb of a woman. And he gave birth to a man that he set in his seat. And that man would become the modern day Jesus of our time. Who you talking about, brother? I'm talking about Farrakhan. So in their holy and righteous names, I greet all of you in the greeting words of peace. Assalamu alaikum. I think I should just take acceptance. You know, because to hold black people's attention for even 2 minutes, it ain't no joke. We don't give our attention over to nothing no more but social media. Our head is constantly at a 45-degree angle. And the only thing I'm interested in is likes. Likes. Oh, look how many likes I got. Don't nobody like you. They don't even know you. Look how silly you are. If they really knew you, they wouldn't even click likes. Some of us are not even likable. Didn't the scripture say about the last day it would be a time where men and women would be lovers of themselves? We're at that time. We're in the age of selfies. Interesting, isn't it? Satan put an instrument in our hand and distract us from what he's really getting ready to do. Brothers and sisters, we're honored that you would come out to this. For me, it's a timely series. It's really heavy to teach because we don't want to make not one mistake in bringing this to reality. But I have to thank the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan for investing in me. No? And allowing me through trial and error to maturate. In a world that has caused the people mentally to want stuff instantly and has taken away the spirit of patience. Some of us ain't even patient with ourselves. After Bismillah, one of the most repeated words in the Holy Quran is patience. You can't even order food at a Fast food, if it ain't up in 10 seconds, y'all pulling up to the window with a pistol. Sister said, dang, brother, you just ordered 15 seconds. I need mine. Damn, you that hungry? Why did you go get some? Look, if you went and got some ground beef, it would take you longer. Because you got to go to the store, get it, go back home. You might even have an accident on the way home. Who knows? But Satan has killed the spirit of patience. Right? So when a person is put in front of us, we want them to instantly be perfect.
That's right. Come on now.
In fact, we want them to be what we ain't.
Come on. Come on now. Come on. Wow.
The people was like that in the book, and Allah said, if I had sent you an angel.
Come on. Come on now.
See? So, look, we have to let people mature.
That's right. Yes, sir.
Because when you get in front of a people who've been destroyed and you have been destroyed yourself.
Come on.
I don't care what preacher, if it's a preacher that's Christian, a preacher that's a Jew, a preacher that's a Muslim, they sick too.
That's right.
All have sinned.
Come on.
And check this out. All could still be sinning.
Come on. Come on.
Stop looking for persons to be perfect. Look for perfect teachings. See? Look, I'm not the same brother I was when I joined the nation 41 years ago. Oh, I was crazy. I know some of you say you're still crazy. Yeah, I do. I got some residual facts of retarded. No, if you're born in America, you're retarded. So don't be looking at me like, oh, I want to help him. No, you need help. Sitting up in the head of each and every one of us is at least 10 personalities. I'm just saying minimum. Some of us, no, really, you ain't never seen a person walking down the street talk. Shut up, you shut up. You be like, who is he talking to? And lightweight, you do it too. Sometimes you get disgusted with it and you start cussing yourself out. You don't do it like the fool. But you might be like, man, why the hell did I do that? And, right? Who are you talking to? Sometimes you can be walking down the street talking to your mama. Man, I'm telling you, she better not never say that to me no more. I'm just... Come on now, I'm in the right class, right? That's why we have a lesson that says, why does Muhammad and any Muslim murder the devil? Not something on the outside. Some of us take on the personality of those who have dominated us. Watch a brother in the gang. All them dudes that beat him in, he's got all of their personalities. And then he start acting like one of the big homies. He become the little loke. He takes on his walk, his bop. I mean, I've been hanging around the gang so long. I started. Some of them is in me now. No, I mean they call me blood cuz. Y'all all right?
Yes, sir.
We all got problems.
That's right.
So a lot of times in black unity, you have to let your black leaders mature. Now, they shouldn't be whacking crazy, but, you know, we're all struggling to be right with God. Because I was a Negro longer than I was a Muslim. And so this is why I thank Minister Farrakhan, because he has a way of looking past your faults. And he's just start tending to your needs. See? He just goes straight around crazy and go to your nature, and he speaks to that. And then he try to bring that out in front and push back the nigga. I said, this man is a master. He's a master. So I thank Allah for him. I want to thank Allah for those student ministers who opened up before I came up. I want to thank student minister Landon. Sister Sharice, great. Sister Sharice, you had me fired up. Thank you. Let's give Sister Sharice a round of applause. Now, today, my subject is on the board. This is the third week of this series. This is a heavy series. It may take months for me to get through this. My goal is to get you to think. One of my goals is, even if I upset you, I did my job. What? If I cause you to walk away critical and you say, I'm going to go out and disprove this, I did my job. That's right. Because I know what's going to happen when you walk out and try to disprove it. We are taught from the teachings of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad that we should be critical, analytical thinkers. Now, we're not that way. You only get that way when you come to our meetings. No, I love it, though. Man, I got invited to a nation meeting, man. I ain't joining. I'm going to go down there. I'm going to hear what they got to say. I ain't joining. No! I'm just curious because they hate white people. They don't believe in Jesus, but I'm going. Critical. See, I like that, but why didn't you go to the first grade like that? Come on. You wasn't like that at USC. Come on. White teacher up there, you just a kiss behind student. You want this teacher to like you because you don't want to earn a grade. You want them to give you one. I watch my children come home. She gave me a F, huh? Did you take the test? Are these your answers? Come here. Answer number 1, 2 plus 2. Did you say 5? Yeah. See? Well, who made the F? I did. Well, then stop saying your teacher gave you. That's what you wanted her to do. If you knew the subject, she would give you what you wrote was the truth. So I love it when you come in here critical, analytical thinkers, because always say, I don't try to convert people. I don't have that power. But I do try to connect with people. I want to connect to your rationale. Let's just be rational. Be open-minded to learn something from another angle. That's all. That's it. Here's a question. How many in this room, by show of hand, know that our people was brought into slavery? Raise your hand. Okay, good. You do know that, right? How many of you knew or know our names was deleted, taken away? Raise your hand. Okay, good. How many of us know that we wasn't allowed to practice our African religion? Raise your hand. Put your hand down. Well, what was the African religion they stopped you from practicing? No, I'm talking to the known ones. Be quiet. This is a way of me to get you to think. That's all. If you lost your name, your language, your culture, your God, and it's been deleted, but it's still in your computer. You know how y'all be deleting stuff and think it's deleted? You know, homie, you done threatened somebody on social media, but you say, I deleted it. FBI got it. They send in what they call a forensic expert. Because it's still up in the clouds. Your natural religion is still up in the clouds. Your natural name is still up in the clouds. Your natural language is still up in the clouds. That's why when somebody teach and they touch you, how are they able to touch you and you start believing something you never heard? Because you didn't know it. The only thing I can do is bring it back to your remembrance. But I'm going to have to drill through 400 years of lies. Because Johnson is not your real name. Now, you can take it and wear it like a badge of honor. Smith is not your real name. Harris is not your real name. Culpepper. No. That's an implant. What does the Bible say about a name? A name is worth more than gold. Well, why did the oppressor take my name? Because he didn't want you to connect. If I adopt you and I'm going to raise you, I'm changing your name to my name. I'm disconnecting you from your mama now. Right? Okay. We're taught, and this is the conversation I have some beautiful Christian pastors that I talk to. And when I put this subject up on my social media, it touched some of them. The thing that came up was, wow, brother, could a Jesus be here and we haven't recognized him? And here's what's up, because many of them know the scripture, because they said, when Jesus, according to the Bible, was around 2,000 years ago, the people didn't even know who he was. Because there was forces working against Jesus who was in power over the oppressed. So they lied on him night and day on who he really was and kept people away from him. You follow me? So some of the pastors say, well, we know who you are alluding to, but we're willing to hear your viewpoint. I like that. See? I said, well, you know, Pastor, Jesus said a tree is known by the fruit it bears, and a man is known by his works. And I say to the pastors, and many of them, when I said, Pastor, do you know who the Pharisees were? Some of them knew, some of them didn't know. I said, pastors, why do you all teach Jesus just died? He got murdered. Brothers, homies, They snitched on him. He was set up. I'm saying that if this is my Lord and I love my Lord and somebody murdered them, I want to know the circumstances that caused it. What happened? What happened to the homie? Come on. That's right. Yes, sir. That's what we do. Right? Yes, sir. Well, what happened to Jesus? Who was his enemies? Since y'all got enemies. Who the enemies of the Rolling 60s? Who the enemies of the 20s? Who the enemies of the English? See, you know them. Yes, sir. Who was Jesus' enemies? Yes, sir. See? So if you don't know the historical context, how are you going to see the modern one? Because Jesus said, if you be my disciples, if you follow me, my enemies are going to become yours. See, if I'm in a certain hood, I know who the enemies of my hood is. Which are fake. They made up by the white man to get you to kill each other because he owns the prisons that he need to make some money off you. Some of the pastors knew it, and some of them was like, brother, you bring up a good point. So this is what I want to show you. I just want to give some comparisons. And then I said, the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan has taught us, brother, that 75% of what you read in the Bible did not happen yesterday. Many of them rejected that. No. I said, oh, no problem. Just hold your position. I said, okay, let's say it's not. I said, well, then do you believe that history can repeat itself? All of them agreed. I said, okay. See, they don't really realize they just agreed to prophecy. If you don't correct history, it's going to repeat itself. You got a no good man and you think he's going to be all right because you under the hope he's going to be all right. If he didn't do nothing to change, history going to repeat itself. He's going to be back in your mouth. Y'all get where I'm going? Yes, sir. See, I want to frame this so as we start teaching it, and you know, we don't read. Do you know one of the most powerful forces in the universe is read? Yes, sir. Right. Read, not pronounce words, because you do that well. Teaching good. Come on, wake us up. See, some of us think because you can pronounce words, you can read. And the man had went down the street and he went into the building. See? Then you say, well, tell me about what you just read. Okay, hold on. Let me see. And the man had went down the street and he had went in. I just want to help us. Do you know the English language in linguistics is called a bastard language? Because it has its roots in other words. So it's not original. It's only been around a few hundred years. Do you know the Bible was not written in English? 2,000, 6,000 years ago, never even heard the word English. See, I have to set your mind up because you ain't been to theology school. You've been to theology fool. Because this subject is so heavy, it is a subject that you have been hypnotized in, and it has been implanted in you to think one way, and that is a white man that's been crucified. If you even start mentioning Jesus was black, we start getting defensive. Then we start, look, here's our defense. It don't matter what color he was. Well, why don't you say that to white folk? If it don't matter what color he was, why did they put him in their color? So it had to matter to somebody. And if it mattered, they did it for a reason. Why? Because they wanted you to worship them. And you do. You do. I watch some of the cold-hearted criminals, Crips, Blood. When white folks show up, I watch them act better. I watched 2 white police officers just correct the whole hood. Little white boy holster falling all off. All right, guys, up against the wall. I mean, some of them are buck. Now, some of these cats ain't playing with nobody. But not most of them. I watch them go to prison. Submit. There's nothing wrong with that because you're trying to survive. But see, if you're a real gangster, be a gangster through and through and through and through and through. Live on it, die on it. Then you're not even an equal opportunity gangster. You're a racist gangster because you only kill black people. Now, can I go into my subject? I want to be a gangster for God. Yeah. So I'm going to attempt to break down words because some of us read our Bible, and in the nation, Minister Farrakhan told his ministers, brother, parse every word. When he said parse, meaning look up every word and make sure that that word fits that sentence. Because in English, the word sick, for instance, sick. When I say the word sick, what comes to your mind? See, there's almost 15 definitions of that one word. So for some of us, sick may mean something different from you than from you. So when you say you acting sick, he might get offended because he think you're talking about him. It happens in marriage. The husband and wife think they're saying the same words. They're not. No, that ain't what that meant to me. Oh, damn, that's why I slapped you. I thought you were saying. So it's important to me, brothers and sisters, that I take my time with this subject. Yes, sir. Is that all right with you? Yes, sir. All right. The thing I tried to do is show the enemies of Jesus, historically and in a modern context. How many of us have heard of the country called Israel? Raise your hand. Do you know Israel was not around 6,000 years ago? That's right. There's never a country called Israel. Go and pull up any world map. When I just laid that on the preachers. I said, so if it wasn't in Israel then they was talking about a future Israel. Because God knew Israel was going to come into existence before it even came. But let's say it did happen and it's just going to repeat itself. See, you can take any one of those seats you want. If you take those 2 seats, I think you're going to understand where I'm trying to go with this. Because I'm serious. Is there a Jesus in our midst and we don't know it? And if it's a Jesus, do a Satan exist? What kind of power do Satan have? Do you know Satan has almost touched every religious book, even the Quran? And if Satan knows that the most important figure that's coming after him is Jesus, and ain't nothing he can do about it. The only thing he's been given power to do is deceive. Good God Almighty. And when I say Satan, I have to disabuse you. I don't want you to start thinking about energy. I got to get y'all out of that energy manifestation. Satan is some energy manifested. I mean, dude talking about, man, the devil told me to do. Stop. That's your altered self that told you to do that. Like some devil is somewhere. Say, man. Say, nigga. That's that brown germ. You got both in you. God is there too. When you say, man, God is talking to me. No, you know what you say, man, I'm talking to myself. Because white man got you looking outwardly. What Jesus said, the kingdom of heaven is within. Turn inward, man. You're going to find yourself. Turn inward, sister. You dare. You under a lot of implants. Follow me. So, I'm going to go through this real quick because I want to get to a specific point. Pharisees. An influential religious sect within Judaism in the time of Christ. An influential religious sect within Judaism in the time of Christ and the early church. They were known for their emphasis on personal piety. The word Pharisees comes from a Hebrew word meaning separated. Their acceptance of oral tradition in addition to the written law and their teaching that all Jews should observe all 600 plus laws in the Torah, including the rituals concerning ceremonial purification. Number 2. The Pharisees were mostly middle-class businessmen. In the 40s, 50s, and 60s, who owned the businesses in the black community? Who was the landlords in the black community? Okay. Though they were a minority in the Sanhedrin and held a minority number of positions as priests, they seemed to control the decision-making of the Sanhedrins because they had popular support among the people. How many of you heard of this group called the ADL? They're popular. And if they come at your behind, you in trouble. They came after Ice Cube. They came after Oprah. They came after Martin Luther King, calling them anti-Semitic. See? So these Pharisees remind me of the modern day ADL. See, if you don't know who Jesus' enemies were, and I asked the pastors, what is your relationship like with the ADL?
Good question.
Oh, I got a good relationship. I've been down to the Simon Wiesenthal Center, and I toured, and they hypnotized me. Sadducees. You've been reading your Bible, and the Sadducees, and I ask you, what is a Sadducee? Look at this. Now, this is so powerful to me because it's just powerful. Check this out. In first century Israel, that's interesting, because there was no country called Israel. That area in the 1600s was controlled by the Ottoman Empire. In the 1600s. See, not Israel. The Ottoman Empire controlled everything. Iran, Iraq, all of that was the Ottoman Empire. They don't know nothing about no Israel. And then in the 1700s, when the white horse went out and started conquering, the French and the British started taking over those areas. And then in 1919, It was the British and the French who came up with the Sykes-Picot Agreement. And where Lord Rothschild had a lot of influence. And forced the British to give and develop a country called Israel. Guess what? The first country they was looking at was Uganda. Because that whole area called Israel was Palestine, not Israel. And so the United Nations and the British government and the France, with the Russian agreement, forced some Jews into somebody else's land. You just need to know that backdrop, okay? In the first century Israel, a religious faction, it didn't even call them a religion, it said a religious faction, see, because they hide behind religion. That's right. A religious faction that wielded what? Societal what? In nearly every aspect. Hold on. Go into medicine, who's controlling it? Who's at the top? The Jews. Go into law, who controls it? The media, who controls it? Hollywood, who controls it? Pornography, who controls it? Niggers, who controls it? No, they're not playing. They say they wield societal power in every aspect except what? Military. And for that, they had the backing of their Roman benefactor. America, see, Jews don't have no military. Where does Israel get her weapons? So they're bombing Palestine with American bombs. That's right. And they had the backing of their Roman benefactor. They were the Jewish aristocrats, check this out, of their day, known as much for their wealth and corruption as for their religious devotion. Known for their what? Wealth, corruption. And if you call them out, they're going to hit you with anti-Semitism. You can't even criticize them. If you want to know who controls you or who have power over you, find out who you can't criticize. The religious sect of the financial and social elite of Jerusalem. They were a party of high priests, the aristocrats, and the wealthy merchants, while the Pharisees were usually common people. The Sadducees prided themselves on their status and wealth. Did something happen to my mic? Can y'all hear me? Yes, sir. To me, this is the modern day Zionists. Go study that. Sanhedrins. These are your writers. They presented in writings of Josephus and the Gospels as a political and judicial council headed by the high priest. This is a political movement, meaning if you wanted to be elected as Pharaoh or as Caesar, if the Sanhedrins weren't in agreement, you didn't become president. This is your modern day AIPAC. Scribes. Scribes was the writers. They was your media. They was the press, NBC, CNN. And when you listen at them tell the story, they all say the same thing. Do you know journalism, the creed of journalism is they don't supposed to give their opinion. They're supposed to give you facts. And you're supposed to come up with your own opinion. Now, the media is full of opinions. Y'all all right? Yes, sir. Prophecy. Yeah. Y'all know what prophecy is, right? Yes, sir. Good. Redeem. To buy back. You're going to hear these words. To pay a price for something of value. Reconcile. To bring into harmony or agreement with. You're going to hear these words. Resurrect. Y'all been hearing resurrection a long time, right? The Christian faith, one of its strongest pillars is on the resurrection of the dead, but they got you thinking some people going to get up in the Inglewood Cemetery and show back up. No, that's Thriller. Come on, homie. How many of us will be walking through the Inglewood Cemetery and you saw some people coming up and you got your thing on you? Would you run to your grandmama's grave and say, Grandmama? That's not what it's talking about. No, it's talking about spiritual resurrection, mental resurrection. A people who lost their name, their language, their culture, they got to be brought back. Yes, sir. They got to be reconciled. Now, here is the thing. There's a promise that was made to Abraham. And this is what the Jews have been doing. This is where our birthright got stolen. Okay? Y'all with me? Yes, sir. Remember this scripture in the book of Genesis, chapter 15, verses 13 through 15? God is talking to Abram. Look at what he said. And he said unto Abram, know of a surety, Abraham, that thy seed shall be a stranger in a land that is not theirs. That's got to happen to somebody now. That your seed shall be a stranger in a land that is not theirs, and shall serve them, and they shall afflict them. How many years? See, that's got to happen to somebody. Here's my question. Did that happen to us? Yes, sir. Have we been here for more than 400 years? Yes, sir. I know. You just like my pastor friend. But that happened to the Jews too. No, it didn't. But let them have it. Let's say history repeating itself. Look at this. God talking. Abram, he talking to him. And also that nation whom they shall serve will I judge. Ooh, God ain't playing. And afterwards shall they come out with great substance. See, did we suffer? Look, we suffered. This is a man being sold. These are plantation owners. Look like the brothers at the courthouse with Folsom and all of the prison. This is how you go before the judge. Look at this sister hanging from a bridge in Alabama. Did they afflict us? Look at this young brother, man, a teenager. Look at all them crackers. This just a few years ago. They burned him alive. Look at this brother. They beating him, putting pain in him. Every time they hit him and talk, they hypnotize him. They implanting their control over him. Now we doing it. This is why I like to sit with the homies, brother. When did we become these people? Y'all all right? Yes, sir. See, this is very important. Hold on to this one, okay? Can you hold on to it? Yes, okay, good. Here we go. In the book of Deuteronomy, look at this, and I just want to know if this happened. For they will turn away thy sons from following me. Come on. Didn't you have a religion? Yes, sir. Okay, now y'all getting sleepy. Didn't you have a religion? Yes, sir. Did you turn away from it? Yes, sir. Did they turn us away from it? Yes, sir. For they will turn away thy sons from following me, that they may serve other gods. We are the only ethnic group that follow gods that don't look like us. It's like I'm black as an ace of spades, and then my mama bring a white man and said, this your daddy. Yes, please. That nigga don't look like me. We're the only ones. Go to China and ask them to show us your gods. They look like them. Yeah, that's true. You're the only one. You're the only one that accepted. Yeah. For they will turn away thy sons from following me, that they may serve other gods. So will the anger of the Lord be kindled against you, and destroy you suddenly. See, we had original names before we met this stuff. These are implants. It's actually a virus. This is worse than COVID. Implant. What is an implant? To be put or fixed firmly, to insert or grab, to establish firmly, inculcate. We don't know what that is. So I pulled up that too. Inculcate. Remember the brother being beat. Inculcate. Put it in him firmly. I got to fix this in you, nigga. Your name, Toby. Toby, nigga, say it. Inculcate, to implant by repeated statements. Teach persistently that you're a nigga. You were nothing in Africa. You better be glad to be in America. They said that so much that if you call us African, I ain't no African. To cause or influence someone to accept an idea or feeling, to instill by forceful or insistent repetition. They done did a job on us, y'all. Now, we getting ready to get into the meat. You're going to hear this story about a man named Lazarus. And I asked my Christian scholars, does Lazarus just represent a man? Or can Lazarus also represent a whole people and the condition of a whole people?
Good question.
Can black people be like a modern day Lazarus?
Good question.
Then the raising of Lazarus is one of the things that got Jesus in trouble.
Right.
But there were two different Lazarus in the Bible. There was one Lazarus that Abraham rescued. Then there was a Lazarus that Jesus raised. There's two different dispensations of time. Y'all with me? Because we're going to break down this Lazarus cat. Now, Abraham is considered to be the father of the three top monotheistic religion, and the Honorable Elijah Muhammad is the eternal father of the nation of Islam. So to me, the Honorable Elijah Muhammad is like a modern day Abraham, because prior to 75, he the first one that started telling us who we really was and who God is. This man. And then black men start standing up and we start giving the white man back. We became Billy X, Tony X, Malcolm X. We X'd out his name and the white man is like, oh my God. We thought we had broke their wings. No, but Elijah was given a healing balm. He started teaching us who he organizing us. We start growing and having our own. No, that's real. You start seeing men stand up to protect the black community. The Panthers got that from us. See? The Honorable Elijah Muhammad is the father of black consciousness, because we were calling ourselves colored. Come on, now just look. So he's like an Abraham in that sense. And you're going to see why. Now, here's the Bible verse. We're going to get through this quick because I want to get to the New Testament. I went through this last week, but I have to go over it again because I want you to be able to follow me. Now, in the book of Luke. What book? Luke. 19 through 23. See, if you don't know how to read the Bible and parse it, Minister Farrakhan said, brother, whenever you read that Bible, take every story, superimpose it over America and see if it fits. Now, here's a prophecy. It didn't say who the man was. It said there was a certain rich man which was clothed in purple and fine linen and fared sumptuously every day. And there was a certain civil rights, beggar, named Lazarus, which was laid at his gate full of sores civil rights. See, remember, don't just think of Lazarus as a person, think of him as a people. Which group in the 60s always went to white folks begging?
Come on. Good question. Come on.
Give us voters' rights. We want to ride on the front of a bus. Nigga, make up your own bus. Can I drink your water? No, I don't want to drink that water that Susie had her mouth on. I like going to my own time. I ain't going there. I just got to sit where he sat. You see how silly that sound? So let's go back over that again. And there was a certain beggar named Lazarus, which was laid at his gate full of sores. We don't even know what a sore is. Let's look up the definition. Sore. And let's see which one of these fit our condition. Physically painful or sensitive, as a wound, hurt, or diseased parts. Number 2, suffering bodily pain from wounds, bruises. That could be us too. Police do beat the hell out of us. Suffering mental pain. Grieved, distressed, or sorrowful, causing great mental pain. See, it used mental more than anything else. Causing great mental pain, distress, or sorrow. Causing very great suffering, misery, hardship. See? Sores. We was laying at the gate of the rich man with sores. Let's go back over it. See? Sores. I'm at his gate not knowing who I am. Mental pain. I'm at his gate not realizing I could do for myself. I don't need this cracker's money. I'm at his gate and they got to say, look at these niggas begging. Every other ethnic group come to America, come to our community, set up, suck our money, and build mansions while we still in projects. If you live in the projects, that still means you're an experiment. Because that's what a project is. It's an experiment. Y'all all right? Oh, Lord. You've been talking too long. The people are tired of listening to you. And you really should sit down. No, I didn't say that. Say I got 10 minutes. God. Can I take 11 minutes? Yes, sir. Let me run through this real fast. Not only were they laying at the gate, look at this, and desiring to be fed with the crumbs, which fell from the rich man's table. Moreover, the dogs. What? The dogs. What's a dog? A domesticated Canaan. A Canis family. Bred in many varieties. Well, I don't know if it was that for real. I don't think God would. No. Or is it any various animals resembling a dog? Or is it number 3? A despicable man or youth. Despicable, deserving to be despised or regarded with distaste, disgust, or disdain, or contemptible. You don't even see contemptible. When persons are contemptuous, that means they take advantage of other people's condition. Contempt. The feeling with which a person regards anything considered mean, vile, or worthless. We are worthless to everybody. The attitude or feeling of a person towards a person or thing that he considers worthless. So people came looking at us worthless, but they set up shop because we had an open womb. What womb is open? We got a financial womb. We bleeding money out of our community. It don't even circulate among us. And money is the lifeline of any community like blood is to the body. So here come the Jews, here come the Arabs, here come the Asians, here come every damn body setting up swap meets, and we think the swap meet is ours. Gang members, you don't have no graphic artists where you can design your own gang logos? members why y'all niggas don't produce t-shirts. You go right to the Slauson Swap meet. We should be going to the agent and saying, hey, we want to take over this. We want to go into retail. Y'all do the wholesale for 5 years until such time we get strong enough to produce our own. No, me no can't do. Me no can't do. Well, then protest. Shut them down. No, but see, that's what a real gangster would do. Oh man, I ain't gonna get through this. And it came to pass. What y'all gonna do when the white man die? See, I don't mean die a physical death. I'm talking about what you gonna do when he die financially. When the stock market crash. Because right now, the countries are hating America, and BRIC and all of these countries are coming together now to destroy the dollar.
Come on, that's true.
The Honorable Elijah Muhammad said one day you'll see rich men lighting their cigarettes with $500 bill because that paper ain't going to mean nothing. Because it ain't backed by nothing. It's deceptive. Look on and read it. It said this is a note. Damn, I could pass a nigga a note and get a car? He tricked you into thinking it's real. Ooh, y'all all right? Let me move through this because I got to get to the y'all. We did that. All right, let's get to this, and I'm gonna end on the New Testament. Okay. This is Lazarus being raised a second time. Remember, Abraham raised or rescued Lazarus in the book of Luke. Now we're getting ready to see what happened to this group. What happened to this dude? See? So, the Nation of Islam was raised by the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. He's the father of the Nation of Islam. He's our Abrahamic. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. But the nation fell. Yes, sir. And the men and women went to sleep and got sick. Right? Yes, sir. Did somebody come back and rebuild it? Yes, sir. There he is. Farrakhan raised the Nation of Islam for a second time. Think with that. Now we're in the book of John. Now a certain man was sick. Remember, a certain rich man had a beggar. Now it says a certain man was sick named Lazarus of Bethany, the town of Mary and her sister Martha. It was that Mary which anointed the Lord with ointment and wiped his feet with her hair, whose brother Lazarus was what? Sick. Was what? Sick. Therefore, his sister sent unto him, saying, Lord, behold, he whom thou lovest is sick. Do you know Minister Farrakhan was teaching in the 80s? And a group of sisters came to him in pain because gangbanging was at an all-time high. And the prisons was being filled with black men, and sisters was feeling like there was no men. And when the minister sat down and heard their story, that's when he went on a stop the killing tour. See, they were sick. Black men, when you see a brother killing a brother, ain't that being sick? Right? That's being sick. So Farrakhan said, he's not dead, he just sleep. But look at what Jesus said. He said, therefore, his sister sent unto him, saying, Lord, behold, he whom thou lovest is sick. When Jesus heard that, he said, this sickness is not unto death, but for the glory of God, that the Son of God might be glorified thereby. Now Jesus loved Martha and her sister and Lazarus. When he had heard, therefore, that he was sick, he abode 2 days still in the same place where he was. Then after that said he to his disciple, let us go into Judea again. Check this out. His disciples said unto him, whoa, master, Look, what? The Jews of late sought to stone thee. In the 80s, the Jews was killing Minister Farrakhan, stoning him everywhere he went because he stood up to save or rescue Jesse Jackson. We're going to get into that. And goest thou thither again? See, they scattered the Jews. Jesus answered, are there not 12 hours in the day? If any man walk in the day, he stumble not, because he seeth the light of this world. But if a man walk in the night, he stumbleth, because there is no light in him. These things said he, and after that he said unto them, our friend Lazarus sleep, but I go that I may awake him out of sleep. Then said his disciples, Lord, if he sleep, he shall do well. Howbeit Jesus spoke of his death, but they thought that he had spoken of taking of rest in sleep. Let's go to the next one. Then said Jesus unto them plainly, Lazarus is dead. And I am glad for your sake that I was not there, to the intent ye may believe. Nevertheless, let us go unto him. I'm going to break all this down in a minute. Then said Thomas. Then said who? Who was Thomas? What do they normally call Thomas? Come on, talk back to me. Where I'm going with this, there was a lot of black leaders who doubted Minister Farrakhan. Do you know that the Million Man March was a Lazarus movement? Because nobody thought Minister Farrakhan could do it when he said, we're having a Million Man March. Jesse Jackson, all of them said, man, you crazy. Thomas. Then he said, we're going to do it on a Monday when they got to work to make sure they walk away from their job. And Jesse Jackson, all the civil rights leaders, I was at the meeting when they was telling the minister, it's not going to work. And the minister just lifted up humbly. He said, okay, brother, I tell you what. You pray to your God that I'm not successful. I'm going to pray to my God, and without your help, I'll do it alone. 17. Then when Jesus came, he found that he had lain in the grave for what? What's a grave? I know. See, we only think one thought. Grave is a hole where you put a body. No, a grave could be an area of problems. South Central is a grave area. Watts, Nicholson Garden, man, that's a grave. You go over there, you end up in a grave. See? Your activity may be grave. Do you have a lifestyle or a death style? So here Jesus said he had been laying in the grave for 4 days. Minister Farrakhan said 4 days represents the 400 years we've been in America. Now Bethany was nigh unto Jerusalem, about 15 furlongs. And many of the Jews came to Martha and Mary to comfort them concerning their brother. See, Jews always want to act like they're comforting us. Then Martha, as soon as she heard that Jesus was coming, went and met him, but Mary sat still in the house. Then said Martha unto Jesus, Lord, if thou hadst been here, my brother had not died. But I know that even now, whatsoever thou wilt ask of God, God will give thee. See, I'm sitting at the table hearing the minister say this to Jesse Jackson and them. He said, I believe so firmly in the two men that's backing me, they're going to give it to us. But I know that even now, whatsoever thou wilt ask of God, God will give it to thee. Jesus said unto her, thy brother shall rise again. Martha said unto him, I know that he shall rise again in the resurrection at the last day. Listen at this. Jesus said unto her, I am the resurrection and the life. He that believeth in me, though he were dead. Here we are. Brother, were you dead before you came in the nation? Who stood you up? Farrakhan. I was dead. Sister, were you dead before you came in the nation? Who stood you up? Who resurrected you? Y'all scared as hell?
No, sir. No, sir.
I was selling dope. I was killing my people, and I heard power at last forever. So Farrakhan is my resurrector. I don't know of no spooky Jesus I ain't never met. I don't know of no white man. No white man never resurrected me. He put me in the condition. So my Lord, Farrakhan, I can say, he can say, I am the resurrection, I am the life. He that believeth in me, though he were dead, yet shall he live. Look, when you come back to your natural religion, you can't die. No. See, I'm not talking about physical death. That's your problem. You too stuck to a body. This will go back, but your energy will live on. Your seed will live on through others. You'll return sometime in the future, maybe. That's why you have epiphany, man. I think I've been here before. Y'all all right? I'm almost there. And whosoever liveth and believeth in me shall never die. Ain't that's what we read in the Quran? Those who die are slain in the way of Allah, never to consider them as dead, although you perceive not. But my mama dead, is she? Your mind is more powerful than your iPhone. You can FaceTime her right now. Call her up in your mind. She'll pop right up. But don't be walking down the street talking to her. You mess around and get declared 5150. She said unto him, Yea, Lord, I believe that thou art the Christ, the Son of God, which should come into the world. And when she had said so, she went her way and called Mary, her sister, secretly, saying, The Master is come and called for thee. As soon as she heard that, she arose quickly and came unto him. Now Jesus was not yet come into the town, but was in the place where Martha met him. Check this out. The Jews, boy, there they go. The Jews then which were with her in the house and comforted her, when they saw Mary, that she rose up hastily and went out, they followed her. They always nosy. Saying, she goeth unto the grave to weep there. Then when Mary was come where Jesus was and saw him, she fell down at his feet, saying unto him, Lord, if thou hadst been here, my brother had not died. When Jesus therefore saw her weeping, and the Jews also weeping, which came with her, he groaned in his spirit and was troubled. Now, see, here the Jews are with them, but Jesus didn't like it. See, he know who they are. He came to reveal them and said, Where have you laid him? They said unto him, Lord, come and see. 35, when Jesus saw the condition of of Lazarus, he wept. Brother, I'm telling you, when Minister Farrakhan, as he started resurrecting us, sometime I'm driving in L.A. and I'm looking at I just start crying.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I get Figueroa and I see my sisters. I just cry, man. Look at what done happened to us. Then said the Jews, Behold, how he loved him. And some of them said, Could not this man which opened the eyes of the blind have caused that even this man should not have died? Jesus, therefore, again groaning in himself, coming to the grave, it was a cave. It was a what? Cave. See, Lazarus wasn't even in a grave. He was in a what? Cave. Don't a cave have an oval shape? That's right. So is it talking about a physical cage? Or is it talking about a mental cage? Or is it talking about a spiritual cage? Now, do most churches have an oval shape? Yes, sir. Like an arch? You know, caves have arches, right? Could it be that the church, we up in there dead? Yeah. Do you know most caves, most of the time, is one way in and one way out? In certain housing projects, it's one way in and one way out. I want to have Farrakhan come to some cave and call black men out. It was a cave and a stone laid upon it. See, the stone represents the attitude of the hood. They so stoning, cripping, and killing, man. It's hard to break them or disabuse them of that. Ooh, but a Jesus, when he comes, Jesus said, take ye away the stone. Martha, the sister of him that was dead, said unto him, Lord, by this time he stinketh, meaning brother's attitudes. For he has been dead for 4 days. Jesus said unto her, said I not unto thee that if thou wouldest believe, thou shouldest see the glory of God? Do you know the Million Man March was called the glory of God? Then they took away the stone from the place where the dead was laid. And Jesus lifted up his eyes and said, Father, I thank thee that thou hast heard me. And I knew that thou hearest me always, but because of the people which stand by, I said it, that they may believe that thou hast sent me. And when he thus spoken, he cried with a loud voice, Lazarus, come forth. Loose him and let him go. Come on. This was the clarion call of the Million Man March. The Million Man March, think back with me. It was on a Monday. Brothers had to leave work. So Jesus told Satan, loose him and let him go. On a Monday, not only 1 million black men showed up, almost 2 million. 2 million. I'm at the end. And he that was dead came forth, bound hand and feet, with a what? With a what? What does that mean? Your preachers are called men and women of the cloth. They tried to stop the Million Man March. That's a Muslim, because I believe 80% of all the men that showed up were Christians. We don't have no million brothers in the nation. We don't have nowhere near. We don't have nowhere near 1 million brothers in the nation. But they came to the Million Man March with the preachers trying to stop them. See? They came out of Philadelphia. They came out of New York. Over 200,000 came from the West Coast. Hand bound, feet bound, had a napkin. They didn't know what they was going to see. And when we got there, it was so much peace. Am I lying? How many men went to the Million Man March? I mean, brothers up in trees and the branches didn't even break. It was so peaceful no matter where you were from. The country boys meeting the boys up north, meeting them from the Midwest. You saw black men, doctors hugging regular brothers, man. It was beautiful. An elderly man came. He was on his deathbed. He said he came to the Million Man March to die. Huh? He didn't ask women, men only. Some sisters showed up, and that crowd, we were standing for hours, and they had to pass the sisters out of the midst of the brothers because they couldn't take it. It was beautiful. But what do you think Satan did? Let's go to the next verse. Look at these. Look at this. This is just all men. When Obama did his inauguration, but it was everybody, white folk, black folk. This was an army. And do you know that day of the Million Man March, the president left town. Guess where the minister was staged, waiting to be brought up? Inside the Capitol. We took over the Capitol without an insurrection. You got to know what you was looking at. And when the Jews saw this, they realized, oh my God, he's the one. If we leave him alone. Let's go back. Let me make sure. Let's go to verse 45. Then many of the Jews which came with Mother Mary, but some of them went their way. To who? You remember who they was? See, when they saw him resurrect Lazarus, they ran to the Pharisees and told them what things Jesus had done. Then gathered the chief priests and the Pharisees and the council and said, what do we? For this man doeth many miracles. When I stopped selling dope and came to the nation, that was a miracle. And I'm not just talking about me. Every one of us who was out there doing it. Then look at what they said. If we let him thus alone, here's what they feared. All men will believe on him. Ooh. And the Romans shall come and take away both our place and nation. See, they don't want all men to, they don't want you suited and booted. Sister, they don't want to see you in an MGT military. They don't want to see you dressed because they undress you. They don't want you to hide your curves. They want you to accentuate them and drive him crazy. They don't want you dancing dignified. They want you twerking and driving your man crazy and then acting like he shouldn't have did nothing to you. It's my body. When you bouncing that crap all up in my face. You didn't want me to touch it, then why you damn bouncing it? No, we've been reduced to sex. You got your babies on poles and blowing reefer smoke in their face. No, sister, your body, that's your temple. That's who you are. No man should just see it because he want to see it. In fact, stop making him fall in love with your behind and make him fall in love with your mind. Make him pay a price. You ain't gonna look at nothing. Damn, sister, come on, show me something. Stupid, you get to see nothing, brother. In fact, what do you produce? You cute, but what the hell is all that? I didn't mess with. I done seen a whole bunch of crazy cute ones. Right, sisters? There's a whole bunch of crazy fine ones. Y'all go crazy over some damn muscles. Ooh! And the little bookworm should be the one you be looking for. Anyway, how did I get to that? Brothers and sisters, is this making sense? Yes, sir. See, all of this is going to lead to the trial of Jesus. Come on. The whole mode of operandi of the government of America and the Jewish elite, where black people are concerned, is to kill the nation of Islam. They don't control us. And when I say don't control us, we're not anti-government. In fact, we're the best citizens. We don't bother nobody. We're at peace. We're trying to get our people we even respect white folks. I ain't mad at white people, man. They came from us. They are children. That's why when I see them, I don't care how old they are. I call them my sons. But I treat them with respect and with dignity. This is what my teacher have taught me. I used to want to knock them out. But no, God is going to handle that. See? So this was the modern day Lazarus. And you should have saw the news. Over 2 million black men. No black people went to work. Crime dropped almost to nothing. There were nearly 35,000 blacks that was not adopted. Minister Farrakhan gave the order to go and adopt our children. He told the brothers to go to church, go to mosque, go to synagogue. All black organizations saw an increase. Gang intervention, all of this correction started because they had a plan to kill us. Now, I'm closing on this one. In the book of St. John, look at what they said. But the chief priests consulted that not only were they going to kill Jesus, but that they might put Lazarus also to death. Why? Why? Because that by reason of him, many of the Jews went away and believed on Jesus. This rabbi, the late Rabbi Mordecai Hager, look, gave Minister Farrakhan a gift plate with these words engraved. This rabbi, go back and look him up. He's one of the most respected rabbis in all of Judaism. He recognized, look at what he said to Minister Farrakhan. You are the Messiah of the world and to every human who wants to be civilized. This is why they want, because he'll have even them believe it. I've been at his table where rabbis sitting all around his table just being taught by the minister. You don't see it. I was in Phoenix when, what's this white boy that did the interview? No. Back in the day when the minister was saying corrupt. Don't worry about it. 60 Minutes guy. Mike Wallace. I was in Phoenix when the minister was interviewed by Mike Wallace, and they had to stop the camera a couple of times because one of the girls started crying because she couldn't believe the minister was so humble and divine. She said, I thought I was going to meet a wicked man. And Mike Wallace, when the minister finished with that interview, he was just like, Minister, I got to get the rabbis to see you in another light. And the minister said, good luck with that. I'm just telling you, brothers and sisters, and look, once you see the trial, once you see what Jesus is going to be charged with, I'm going into that next week. But this is what they feared. We have to stop Jesus. Now, who are they trying to stop modernly? Farrakhan. Because after the Million Man March, Minister Farrakhan, it says Jesus went to a far country after he raised Lazarus. Minister Farrakhan went on a world tour. That's right. And every nation treated him like a world leader. This angered the Zionist Jews. So next week, we're going into series part 4. Now we're getting ready to get down to the real nitty gritty. Because Minister Farrakhan now have launched a lawsuit on behalf of the Nation of Islam and all oppressed people. He's suing the ADL and the Simon Wiesenthal Center for the misuse of the word anti-Semitism. And he hasn't said nothing right now about that war in Israel and Palestine. So is this year's Savior's Day being set up as Palm Sunday? that the largest influx of Palestinians is in Detroit, in Michigan. So is Michigan now the modern day Palestine? Or the modern day Jerusalem, where Jesus was seen riding into Jerusalem? And they were saying Hosanna because he the boldest one. He the only one scared that ain't scared to call the Jews out. So they're cheering for the minister. But right after that, you start hearing crucify him. Y'all getting ready to hear so much crazy stuff. It'll be all lies about the minister and the nation. They're going to bring out stuff about some of his ministers. They may have some stuff on me that's true. Hey, I already told you. I don't care what he got. Yeah, that's me. It ain't me now. So what I care about what they do? The dragon is going to open up his mouth. That's why I'm doing this subject, to get you ready. So when you hear the bull crap, the earth swallowed the flood. Farrakhan is the modern day Jesus. Thank you, and may Allah bless you as I greet you in peace. Assalamu alaikum.